Hey guys, back again with yet another episode of Dark Souls. Finally, I haven't really even looked at this footage until just now. Like, this is the first time since I recorded it that I'm looking at this footage. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue down our trek through Ulasil, and these guys are I don't know if I talked about them before, but I think they're because these used to be the residents of Ulasil, and since they were affected by the abyss, so they're all deformed and stuff. You can get the heads that like those bloated heads with all those eyes. That is a possible. You can actually get those from them, and I think it's a extremely rare drop from them, and also the mage ones also gives you the ones that use abyss magic. They also drop their bloated heads, which are a little bit different from these ones too. You can use the Fury Sword if you want. I mean, you should have gone. I mean, So you see the bloated head is a little bit different for the mages. So there's an enemy right around here. If you try to go get that item, it'll pop up right behind you. So watch out for that. And so we continue down through here. Now instead of going along the stairs over there, we're gonna go down here. We could have gone around, but this way, I think this is the way I took last time. So there's some dude. There's one of the residents here. So what we're gonna use is we're gonna use the red dragon bow to, I think 2 shots should knock him off. And yeah, I did not expect him to this other guy to get aggroed. I didn't even know there was another guy there. And it looks like I was floating, but it's just, I wouldn't say poor. I would not say poor programming, because this is a great game, very well made game. But it's just, since the gap's so close, it's like they're gonna cheat, give you a flat surface. Now here, I don't know if I don't have the cast light spell. So the other alternative, you have to have either the cast light spell or the sunlight maggot. So I'm looking in the wrong place. I need to go to helmets. Would have been faster if I just went up by 1 instead of scrolling all the way down. Yeah, so that's a sunlight maggot. We'll be seeing the actual enemy sunlight maggot in a little bit. But we get our silver pendant, which is very useful against the final boss, and that's what it does. For a short time, from what I remember playing the boss fight, recording this, was that the projectile magics will go around the orb and just pass around you. Not pass through you with no effect, but just around you. So you could also be using it with these guys too, but you're incapacitated. You stop for a moment, even though it continues to go with you for like a second or two. It's kind of pointless. Now those other 2. So there's a dark orb spell. These 2 are by default open already, so you're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing here. It's just a dead end. So we're gonna go back up here. If we go around to here, now this resident holds one of the arch tree carvings, and since I already have it, I can't pick it up again. I think it's the thank you or well done. No, the well done is in the. We'll see the well done one, I think, in a minute. So there's nothing up here, nothing here either. So now I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna make a fatal mistake when we get down lower. I will forget about the crest key, which is what we need to get to Hawkeye Go, or Golf. or it's pronounced tomato tomato, you guys, tomato tomato. But anyways, so I completely forget about the crest key, and I just move forward, which isn't that big of a deal, but hey, oh well. Now, if you leave Chester alive, what happens around here, like when you get down to that point, to trigger his dark spirit form. Now, with flame attacks, he will stagger because he will keep doing a sweeping attack that will always knock you down, and he doesn't drop anything. And he won't, and his dark spirit won't pop up again. But he'll, when you talk to him again after you've defeated his dark spirit, he's I can't get. Can I get? No, not. See if I can knock her down. Nope. Thought I was going to be able to knock her down. Anyways, this is so this one right here is where you get the I think the well done carving. As I was saying about Marvelous Chester, if you see, I can't pick it up. I can't about Marvelous Chester after if you talk to him after you've destroyed his, if you've defeated his dark spirit, he'll sound very annoyed with you. He's like, oh, you kind of like being a dick. But you can kill him if you want. He doesn't really sell that much useful stuff, and you can get his full set of armor by killing him in body form. His actual self, not Now, off to the, if you saw that little bit off to the left, you could see an item that's, I think it's just a soul. And I think, from what I remember, I missed the black flame, or dark, I think it's black or dark flame, one of the two names. I think I missed it because it's down in the abyss, and I think I beat it. I think I get it in this. I think I get that far in this episode. I'm not sure, but I completely missed it. So in here is not right there, but there's a door that's right next to the stairs downwards, and that's like that light that's shining through on the right there, right ahead of me. That's if you go up there, and for the next episode, at the beginning of the next episode, I'll have it sped up so you guys can see where I'm going. To find the crest key. And the crest key is inside of an avarice chest, which I totally forgot about at the time. So you'll see me get eaten by it. There's another mage. I think that was dark fog right there. Let's grab I think this is a soul of a hero, so that's pretty decent souls right there. Probably enough for a few upgrades on a weapon. And that's a lot of poison damage right there. Dark fog already. So we got 2 out of 4. But I think I missed the fourth one. The fourth one is in the abyss. It shouldn't be that hard to find. But right here, this is where we want to be. We want to do this. Because if we access this, we go up to here. Look at that. Shortcut. So I'm actually going to rest at the bonfire just in case if I fuck up. Which has happened before, and I guarantee you when we get to the crystal... Actually, no. I'm going to go run back to Marvelous Chester to show how annoyed he gets. Like he's like really not happy that you're still alive, that you defeated his dark spirit, but he doesn't say like, I want you dead or something like that. But you'll see in a sec.
Oh, you have quite some nerve, or are you just thick? Fine then. What is it that you need?
So he's pretty much being an ass. So since I have a lot of stuff and I don't need any more Lloyd's talismans.
Seeing you, if you survive your travels.
And slash.
What now? You think this is all my fault?
How very, very petty.
Well,
Very petty indeed.
he is. See, that sweeping attack, he will spam the crap out of that. I'm trying to get him to get knocked off, but. So. How? Asswipe? What? You're trying to shoot my shield or something? I'm surprised he hasn't fallen off yet. That's the thing. There we go. He just slid off. Now, I would not advise doing that, even though he survived. I would not try to slide off like that. But I did a plunging attack.
Please. Oh, please. Have mercy.
And then we get his entire armor. Now, the weapons that he uses, I don't know what crossbow he uses, because that is a really big-ass crossbow. I think it's a heavy crossbow. I'm not quite sure. But down there is where you can fight Kalameet, and you can get like a Titanite slab and a few souls. But the whole thing is, I initially thought that, oh, well, you have to die in order to, to trigger Hawkeye Go's, things. And I think I also activated that, shortcut too. Anyways, I thought in order to activate Hawkeye Go's, thing about Kalameet posing duress to you, I thought that you had to die by die from Kalameet in order for that to happen. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you can just go down there for him to start breathing fire, then you can leave. I had no idea. Also, I try my best to try and cut down Kalameet's tail, because you can get the Obsidian Greatsword, and it's a pretty good sword once you get it to especially when you get it to +5. But goddamn, is it a pain in the ass to get. I mean, for the difficulty in trying to cut his tail off to get that sword, sometimes you might even think it's not worth it. It's like, depending on how much effort you want to put into it, sometimes it just isn't worth it. Let's see if I can. So you can see this weird looking enemy behind the two mages. That enemy does respawn, and it drops different types of armor. Like, I think before, when I was playing on my Lord's Blade playthrough, it was dropping, I think, a chain helmet and stuff. It's random pieces of armor. I don't think it drops anything unique, just the standard pieces of, armor that you can either buy or starting equipment and stuff like that. The common stuff. And let's see if I can. There we go. Right in the face. So I think there are 2 or 3 regular bloated Ulusil guys here. I think this is one of them, and his head moved, and he moved his head just in time. I just wanted to knock him down at least. So, but remember that we still have a bit more to go. I think this is gonna come out to maybe 20 or 30 episodes ish. Yeah, because the end of the DLC is by no means the end of the game. No way. We still need to get all the Lord Souls, fight the Dark Wraiths, and fight the four. We gotta fight the 4 Kings. We gotta fight Seath. We have to kill Nito, and I think the last one is the Bed of Chaos, which I think I'll die a few times there. I don't know what the name of this enemy is, but it's a really weird looking enemy. It's taking forever to kill, but hey, quick attacks can add up. And let's just use some sunlight spears. And I'm using it just to, I'm just using one at the time for just to kind of get his health down a little bit more. So like he dropped leather gauntlets before he dropped a chain helmet on my other playthrough. It's, you know, it's kind of weird stuff. So here's another elevator that we can get. Well, it's not really one that we can get, but it's this one you really want to be careful because you can fall off because this isn't one that's like fully, yeah. So this is like the lower area of the Ulusil Castle, and sorry for the, it's my desk, stupid thing. I need to get a new one. So repair all my armor and weapons. I'm probably gonna go back to the Artorias stuff later, probably after this DLC. So if we go this way, over here is where we can get the cleansing great shield, like on our way. And here's, you know, you can get that crystal lizard if you want, but and I choose to. You know, I'm like, yeah, why not? White Titanite chunk is useful for divine and occult weapons. I think over here is where another spell is. I think what I'm gonna do after this DLC is done, I think after episode 13, is I'm going to pop by the Northern Undead Asylum to grab another Pursuers if I can. If not, then oh well. I lost a soul that I've already used twice for. So there's the Dark Bead. I don't think I've used that one before. But now they show these the stones that I forgot what they're called. Prism stones, I think. Those are the little things that are glowing different colors, like that purple one earlier. And that was close, because one, I almost fell off, and two, I almost got knocked off by it. Now you can see this. Now, well, first, we're going to deal with this bloated guy. Now, these guys are also part from Ulusil, but since they were so close to, like, they're the closest, they were the closest to where Manus is. They essentially turned into, like, humanity with eyes. And they drop humanity and twin humanities, but for the most part, humanity. So it's great for humanity farming. Now this cat is Alvina. We have not met her yet, but we will later. She allows you to join the Forest Hunter Covenant, and yeah, so you can see her over there, and then after she disappears, you're like, where do I go? You want to swipe at this wall, and there's a cave there. But first, let's open this last one. Really fast. Elevator. So we pop out. Right? Over here. Which is really useful. You know, all these once you get all these shortcuts and you come back here just to farm or try and get to it, if you forgot an item, it's really nice how they do that. How they have these other places. And so over here is where the where Sif is for now. You can summon him once you start fighting Manus. Sadly, I'm kind of a spoiler for the boss fight. Sif dies. I wasn't able to kill Manus in time, Because I don't think I was inflicting enough damage on him. And these guys don't float, like actually float. They can actually fall down into chasms. So once you destroy all the humanities here, so Sif will howl and disappear, and he will leave the cleansing great shield, which right at the beginning is actually pretty good. 75 you can get is like, eh. It's not as good as the regular Great Shield of Artorias, but it's got more rounded stats, I guess you could say, in the 80s and 90s. But I think if you're looking for a good shield, always look for a shield with 100 physical defense, because if you don't, like, unless it's got regenerative properties like the Sanctus or something like that, like it slowly regenerates your health, which kind of cancels it out for the most part. It's best to get the one that, like, so it's not like every time you hit the every time you get hit when you're blocking, it'll just be like, hey, I lost some health anyways, because even though I'm blocking with a shield, which is kind of stupid. I mean, when you block with a shield, you're supposed to not have any health taken away or something like that. So if we go over here, I made the mistake of going returning to the bonfire, which respawned pretty much all the enemies, or not pretty much every enemy, because I thought there were two ways at the beginning. I forgot that there was only one way, and you did kind of stupid. I was thinking a little bit ahead. So all these prism stones are now. I'm also getting hit by abyss magic from a mage up there. You can see her just up there. And I'm just trying to get rid of all these humanities so I don't have to worry about them coming up and swarming me when I'm trying to get to that mage. So all that is humanity. They drop a lot of humanity, though. So there we go. One shot. That sunlight spear is very useful. So you could either go with the Great Lord Greatsword, which is Lord Gwyn's boss weapon, and it does not inflict fire damage or have a fire effect on it. It's not like in the actual fight, but however, it is still goddamn powerful. I can guarantee that much. I don't know why I did that. I meant to have my shield out, so I just lost a sunlight blade or sunlight spear. Sunlight blade's the thing. See, I thought this was a black flame. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought that was a black flame. Anyways, so our next area to go to, took a kind of loop around, but if we go over here, walk on this, it's relatively safe. Just kind of stay in the middle. And we get to this lower area, and that fog gate down there is where we fight the final boss, Manus. Now, if you need to get that achievement for plus 10, to get the divine all the way up to the max, or to get an occult plus 5, here's a white titanite slab. Because for achievement or trophies, you can get you have to get maxed out in any one specific upgrade path. With the only exceptions are demon titanite weapons, which are like boss weapons and things, and twinkling titanite. I think twinkling titanite is actually one of them, and that almost killed me. That was terrifying. Over here, I think is just a soul, because I know it's not Black Flame. I might come back here for the Black Flame once I like look up on how to find it, and I'll just like put that snippet in on episode 14 or something like that. I just pop right back in. So you can get so much humanity from just being in this location, and every bonfire in this DLC is you can warp to and from, which is goddamn useful. Let's switch to. I need something. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna need that silver pendant. Yeah, okay. For now, I'm probably gonna have to change the Great Shield again halfway through the fight to use the Sunlight Spears. I can't remember. So Manus, that's the same hand that brought you into Ulasil, and is also the distorted hand of Manus. And there he is, and there's his catalyst that he's using as like a cane or something. So that cane / catalyst that he's holding is the Manus catalyst. And you can upgrade. You can ascend a regular type catalyst, like a tin bandit, just the sorcerer's catalyst, like for example, and you can turn that into the Manus catalyst, which has the same effect as the crystallization, which we get from, I think, Logan. I think you get it from not killing Logan, or do we? I don't remember. I think we get it from killing Logan. But you have to kill Logan at the right time. So it's not doing that much better damage, but I guess I'm just gonna have to keep on slashing. He does knock you back a little bit. See that little sign right there? That is the sign for Sif. What I probably should have done is like knocked him down a little bit more. Instead of just immediately summoning him when I only had that much health taken off him. If I had gotten maybe 2 or 3 more notches, full notches, I should have done that. Or at least I probably should have watched myself a little bit more. So Sif is using Artorias' greatsword, which I just like the boss fight that you'll fight him in. Now, you'll see him as a normal or a little bit larger than life wolf. He's a pretty big wolf. I mean, that's as big as you, height-wise, from foot to spine. Pretty fucking big. However, when you fight him as fight against him, and we'll see the alternative cutscene, which I think is better than the original, because the original he's just like all growling at you, and then he picks up the sword immediately and just starts to fight you. Yeah, that 333 damage, that is not doing much. So this boss is pretty resilient, especially on later fights. Now how you saw some of those actually went around me, like around the golden orb. Now you can try and cut off his... Yeah, so... Yeah, you can try and cut off his tail, but it's not going to work because, you can't cut off his tail. And this guy's an aggressive, angry man, or thing. He used to be human. I think like the last 2 or 3 waves would start to stumble you and knock you down on your back. Yeah, that didn't do too much. Let's see. Nope. I keep switching weapons. I don't know why I was switching weapons. I was trying to get the boss fight over and done over with as fast as I could. Now, that actually did pretty decent damage. And then... yeah, so when he does that, like, multiple hit attack, you're kind of... and you get caught by that for those first 2 hits, you're kind of stuck. And I missed that hit. If I had gotten him there, the Sif probably wouldn't have died. And if I... oh, and same with that. And Sif died from all that dark magic, which kind of sucked. And the Manus, the father of the abyss, is motherfucking dead. And there's his soul, as black as can be. And there's Dusk, that we've rescued her again. Now, however, I don't know if she pops back up as, like, a vendor or anything, or pops back at the Willow-Seal Sanctuary or anything. Because as far as I remember, that didn't happen. But, yeah. So, we're going to the Sanctuary. I think I forgot. Did I go back to the first area of the DLC? I don't know if I did, because if you go back to the first area, there's 2 Sanctuary Guardians.
I have awaited thee. Thou hast rescued Princess Dusk and rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
You got Elizabeth's mushroom and stuff.
May the flames guide thee.
Let's see if she has anything.
Thank good. What is thy wish?
See if...
I will remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us.
She's saying that since you're not from this time, we're going to keep Artorias' honor intact and say that Artorias sacrificed his life for saying that. So, see you guys next time.